While this video will focus on mood imbalances that are typical in mild to moderate stressful environments, as well as circumstances that may see some with general anxiety and depression symptoms, this is not to be considered medical advice. I have researched medical journals and alternative therapy options extensively throughout my life out of my own value system that opposes use of pharmaceutical products to the degree that some medical practitioners would prescribe. This video is to share my opinions on alternative medicine options through natural and herbal pathways, and is not to advise any of my viewers or followers to stop any medical plan administering use of pharmaceutical drugs issued by their doctor. In fact, much of what I share here today can be used simultaneously while on medically administered treatment plans. But in either case, I urge you all to invest your time and your energy into self-study around what I consider to be healthier options in medical recovery from trauma of any form. As mentioned, today I will focus on the vitamin supplements that have been demonstrated to address dysfunction, emotional dysregulation, and imbalance due to stress, anxiety, and depression. It is important to note that several dietary and lifestyle factors can influence the initiation and progression of these disorders and can exacerbate any symptoms that may come or show themselves. Contributing factors include, but are not limited to, nutrient deficiencies, which is my focus talking point today. Food intolerances, in particular gluten, is known to cause anxiety and stress, reactive hypoglycemia, and episodic hyperglycemia. Caffeine, drug, and alcohol use, chronic distress and emotional habits used to silence them, childhood and significant adult post-traumatic stress disorder, environmental factors as well in that list. Before I jump into the list, let's discuss fear. Fear is activated in stressful situations, and this triggers a key component of our limbic system, the system of our brain that regulates our emotions, and our endocrine system or hormones. This activation causes increased levels of serotonin and increased sympathetic nervous activity with increases in norepinephrine and serotonin. Prolonged elevation of serotonin and norepinephrine contribute to feelings of anxiety. In addition, hyperactivity of the amygdala and the hypothalamus increased corticotropic releasing hormone or CRH, and in a simplified explanation creates our stress hormone known as cortisol. Elevated CRH is highly implicated in anxiety and depression. In fact, anxiety associated with elevated CRH is often preceded by depression. This elevation of CRH is accentuated by elevated serotonin, or our happy chemical. Prolonged elevation of serotonin interferes with our responsiveness to stress. Chronically, this interference leads to flattened and typically high cortisol levels with alterations in the cortisol circadian rhythm. This elevation of cortisol ultimately results in reduced sensitivity to negative feedback in our hypothalamus and pituitary glands, perpetuating the sustained elevation of CRH and resultant anxiety. I talk about this a little bit in my Instagram post. I call it the negative feedback loop, or the personal feedback loop that our bodies try to use to communicate with us. Conventional medicine utilizes these pathways to impact this condition. For example, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, reduce amygdala hyperreactivity to fear-eliciting stimuli. However, for some individuals, SSRI medications are ineffective and, in fact, aggravate anxiety. Benzos, the most commonly prescribed class of drugs, bind and stimulate gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA receptors. While effective for short-term use, or 2 to 4 weeks, the risk-benefit ratio for long-term use of benzos such as Xanax, Valium, or Ativan is not established. In addition, side effects can include fatigue, confusion, depression, dizziness, memory deficits, and blurred vision. Withdrawal from benzo-based drugs is difficult as these medications are habituating. Withdrawal can cause acute anxiety and may lead to other medical issues such as seizures. Therefore, it is prudent to look at nutrients and herbs as complementary or alternative strategies that can impact the underlying pathophysiology of stress, anxiety, and depression. Comprehensive management of stress and anxiety using a multimodal approach should include exploring these natural methods while at the same time addressing the imbalances in our system that may be contributing to our dysfunction. If we focus on giving our body what it needs to fight for us, we are in essence giving ourselves the best opportunity to manage our stress and living an optimal life. There is no stronger medication than our body's response mechanisms, which is why I purport that we all feed our fire. And in this video, I will discuss the fuel that can make that fire burn even greater for us. Now let's move on to the list. The first I'll talk about is vitamin A. Those who struggle with anxiety may be lacking in vitamin A levels. Vitamin A has antioxidant properties that have been shown to help manage the symptoms of anxiety. This vitamin plays an important role in our bodies, including in our immune function, reproductive health, skin health, the function of the lining of the gut, bladder, and other surface tissues, as well as healthy vision and our growth and development systems. Number 2, B complex. Vitamin B complex contains all the vitamin B minerals that we need for our bodies. I personally only supplement with vitamins B6 and B12. However, all B vitamins are vital for maintaining healthy, functioning nervous system. For women, viewers, vitamin B9 or folic acid is a well-known vitamin B deficiency that is often supplemented, especially recommended during pregnancy. Number 3, vitamin C. Antioxidants like vitamin C, one of the most popular and widely used vitamin supplements out there, work to stop oxidative damage to our nervous system. Anxiety can be increased by this type of damage. When we are under a great deal of stress, our body uses vitamin C in much greater quantity, and we can quickly become depleted during these times. So supplementing with vitamin C is recommended, and known that if you take too much, your body will get rid of what it doesn't need, so no side effects or overdoses of concern. Number 4, probably the least understood yet most important, vitamin D. Over 1 billion people on the planet are vitamin D deficient. Deficiency of vitamin D has significant medical and psychological consequences. Every single tissue in our body has a vitamin D receptor, including our brain, our heart, every muscle, and immune system, which means vitamin D is needed at every level for the body to function. Vitamin D is also the only vitamin that is a hormone. After it is consumed in the diet or absorbed, synthesized in the skin, vitamin D is transported to the liver and kidneys, where it is converted to the active hormone form. Vitamin D as a hormone assists with the absorption of calcium, helping to build strong bones, teeth, and muscles. In addition to its well-known role in calcium absorption, vitamin D activates genes that regulate the immune system and release neurotransmitters, or dopamine and serotonin, that affect brain function and development. Researchers have found vitamin D receptors on a handful of cells located in regions of the brain, in the same regions of the brain linked to depression. Skeptical? Think of seasonal affective disorder that is commonly suffered throughout the winter months or the dark months here in the northern hemisphere. A time where we aren't in the sunlight as often and are not getting natural production of vitamin D through its synthesis from the sun's rays on our skin. Another reason people are also happier during the summer months or in the sunlight. On top of using vitamin D3 supplements, I urge you to consider vitamin K2 as well. Vitamin D3 ensures that calcium is absorbed easily, and vitamin K2, or MK7, activates the protein osteocalcin, which integrates calcium into our bone. Without D3 and K2 together, calcium cannot do its job effectively, which creates calcium buildup throughout our body. As an example, calcium buildup in our arteries. Yes, vitamin D3 and K2 together will reduce calcium plaque in our arterial lines and help in prevention of heart issues, coronary artery disease, and atherosclerosis by allowing vitamin K2 to activate the protein MGP in order to bind excess calcium in our system. In this process, we are promoting arterial flow and flexibility while preventing buildup or calcification and inflammation, and also allowing K2 to bind with and carry calcium into the areas of the body it is needed. Consider vitamin K2 calcium's Uber call after its date with vitamin D ends. Vitamin E, another vitamin with antioxidant properties. Vitamin E is quickly burned up in times of anxiety and high stress. Taking vitamin E supplements can help restore balance in your body and reduce stress-related symptoms. Number 6, fish oil. Fish oil is loaded with omega-3 acids, which act as antioxidants. EPA and DHA are two omega-3 supplements that have been shown to calm anxiousness. Each dose can be split up across multiple servings or taken at once, so it's easy to implement in your dietary regimen. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA. When there's not enough GABA present in the brain, anxiety can deepen. Supplements containing GABA may help replace the missing GABA from the brain and relieve symptoms of stress and anxiety. GABA works by slowing down nerve cell activity instead of exciting it. Number 8, magnesium citrate. Magnesium citrate easily is absorbed by the body, resulting in quick and more obvious relief. This is a natural muscle relaxer, which immensely helps with anxiety, and because it's a nervous system relaxant as well. It's also a mineral that assists with fear, irritability, and restlessness. Magnesium is necessary for the human body. You don't need a lot of it, but not having enough can cause anxiety symptoms. One of the most abundant minerals in the body, magnesium plays an extremely important role in a number of body functions and has a number of health benefits. In addition to these benefits, magnesium may be helpful as a natural treatment for anxiety. One of the reasons why it is known or is considered that it may be able to help reduce anxiety is that it may improve brain function. Research shows that magnesium plays an important role in regulating neurotransmitters, which sends messages through the brain and body. This is how magnesium plays a role in neurological health. Research has found that magnesium may help with brain functions that reduce stress and anxiety. It is believed to affect a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which helps regulate the pituitary and adrenal glands. These glands are responsible for response to stress. If you have anxiety disorder, you might want to consider using magnesium to help reduce those symptoms. Number 9, 5-HTP. 5-HTP is a neurotransmitter and precursor to serotonin. And if you remember, serotonin is the happy brain chemical. When used in certain therapies, 5-HTP supplements can help with anxiousness. Number 10, melatonin. A hormone produced in the brain's pineal gland, melatonin helps control sleep cycles. Because sleep and mood are closely connected, supplementing with melatonin can alleviate stress. Your hormone levels play a key role in your emotional state. Because of this, a hormone imbalance can lead to anxiety. As we age, our hormones change, so if you are over 35 years old and notice a change in your body, energy levels, sleep quality, emotional body, or other areas that are unique to you pre-35 years old, it may be good practice to have your hormone counts checked and validated, as we tend to lose our vital fuels as we age. Thyroid hormones and sex hormones rapidly deplete with age, so having a doctor check your T3 and T4 counts, as well as your estrogen levels in women, and for men, your testosterone levels, as well as your growth hormone and your melatonin levels, all depleted after the age of 35. So everybody is included in the statement. If you haven't had your hormone levels checked and you are 35 years of age or older, please do so at your earliest convenience, especially if you have any symptoms of anxiety or your stress response is a little bit hyper. Even though we cannot reverse the aging process with hormone replacement therapies, we can aspire to live optimal lives. And this needs optimal hormone balance for all of us. And again, supplements are not intended to take the place of prescription medication or other medical treatments already in place, but they can be useful additions to your healthcare plan. In my next video, I will discuss deeper stressors that we may face in life and broach a subject that may be sensitive, but is applicable throughout this time, as I will discuss coping with grief and loss. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to be notified when I post new content. Until then, stay strong, stay fit, stay healthy, and stay safe, everyone. And remember, we are meant to move forward. Movement RX, feed your fire.